I said I'm going live. It's getting late.
Oh.
It's almost 11 o'clock. And I'm live. Everybody's probably in bed. Oh, it says I got one already. Is that you?
No.
Oh, oh man. Yeah. It's probably Neil or Peggy. One of the two. I think it might be Peggy.
I left the kids playing with the world. My kids playing with it safer than the people who are playing with it now.
Yeah, whoever it is hadn't been able to speak yet, and they hadn't said nothing. Hello, whoever you are. It's Neil. There's two people. Hey, Neil. There's two people in there now. The other one must be Peggy. Now I got three. I'm surprised everybody's up this late.
Well, I'm up.
Well, you're always up. Hey, Peggy.
Hi, Peggy.
Yeah. I went to the. That's why I was thinking it was you. Peggy said hi, Christina.
Howdy.
Neil said hi, Squeaky.
Howdy.
Peggy, when she logs in, then you see somebody come up, but then nobody types nothing for a while. She has to wait for it to load. Yeah, they called, said they had peaches today. Chuck was up there, so I went to the fruit stand and let Scott go get peaches. And then it took him almost 5 hours.
Why?
Getting over there and getting through the line, and then Trey got caught up in traffic coming back.
I understand it. Traffic was stupid. I had to go to Salty today to get my trailer. Actually, I went to Sale Creek. Hold on. I was headed to McDonald Farm to.
She's on the phone.
I was headed to McDonald Farm to go to a meeting. Get a text as I get to the Saudi exit that says meeting's been canceled. Somebody had COVID. And so I hop off there, go check on my trailer, and then go sit there and chit chat for a little bit, and then go to the Saddle Club and checked out some stuff. And then back down and back home, drive my truck, and then back up to Saudi again to get my trailer, and then back to the barn that's in Chickamauga to feed the 3 remaining there and load up some stuff to move to the mountain.
Well, so you were just squeaking all over the place.
And traffic was stupid. You got a truck coming down the road with a trailer. Big truck. Do you stay out of its way, or do you get, let's just jump in front of it and let them stop on a dime? No, moron, you don't let them stop on a dime. You give them room, stupid people. Okay, my soapbox session's over now. I'm sorry.
Okay. I moved her further away from the computer.
Why?
Because Neil said loud squeaker.
Ha ha, he.
Happy. Yeah. Well, at least you were just dealing with it with a little trailer. Wait, you got 80,000 pounds going down the road. And somebody
It
wants you to
don't
stop.
matter. It don't matter. It's just rude. It don't matter what kind of trailer it is. You see somebody doing something like that, you don't be rude. People are rude. And my kids are up there playing with the world. Literally.
Yeah, she's on the squeaker phone. They all, yeah, so I ended up spending the day at the fruit stand.
He got fruity today.
Yeah. Yeah, I got more peppers still going. I pulled more than what I took pictures of.
I
Peggy.
want Neil to do the Peter Pepper pick the pickle peppers and video himself saying it and then post it. I can't do it because I get tongue-tied.
I like pears too, Neil.
Pears are good. Peaches are good.
I got that first one that I planted that didn't do too well, and I ended up pulling them up and planting some more. There, I got one in the one in the middle of it's at least 6 foot tall. And, they're still trying to grow peppers. In fact, there wasn't none at the fruit stand today. I'm glad I left a couple on the vine out there for myself.
Oh, man. I'm sad because Pop from Pop Watch passed away.
Yeah. Did any of y'all ever watch Pop Watch? I mean, I don't think he was on YouTube. I don't even know if he was on Facebook. At least that's where I always watched him at. Yeah, I needed them too. $1.39 for a pair. We haven't had no pears at the fruit stand. I need to talk to. I need to tell Scott to look for some. Yeah, he was. I don't know. He was. I don't remember how old. Pop was in his 90s, wasn't
he? Yeah.
And because she's in her late 80s, she's like 87, I think. Yeah, Neil, they did, didn't they? They were crazy. they were wide open. Grounds Family Farm last night went live, Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they go live right now. They're going live on Thursday nights on the way his work shift is, and the girls were just wide open, both of them.
That's funny.
You know the one I can't remember which one's which without seeing them. The one that's always real quiet.
Yeah.
She was wide open. Yeah, she was good. She said next week could be even wilder. Yeah. See.
Oh, I got pinched.
I've been sitting in my chair asleep. telling you, I was I got in and my left foot was giving me so much trouble. When I got my shoes off and I was like, oh, get off my feet. And I sat down and out I was gone.
I gotta get some video of the.
There's Grounds. Speaking of Grounds Family Farm, there they are. How's the girls tonight? Are they still wound up? Did they wake up wound up like they went to bed?
You know, I haven't done a live in forever. I guess the last live I did was on the island. And I haven't had a chance to do one in a while.
Oh, they're all calm tonight. Go live and let's see what happens. See, it's
I gotta try to find the lady who lived next door to where the horses are. Well, where they're leaving from. She's wanting a goat, so I gotta surprise her with a goat. Her husband will beat me, but I'm hoping somebody will donate me another goat. If they do, I'm gonna take it to her. Just because he said, you better not. Oh, he's upset because we didn't end up with that property.
They ran their Selena's batteries down last night. Yeah, it's I run mine down today.
Hey, Poppy.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing is North America, Pacific Ocean. They love it.
Yeah.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
It was. It was a good time. The girls made the show. Could you get them to come on my live so it won't be so boring? I'll fix it to where they can do like Neil did. Bring them up online.
You got 10 people in here.
I got 10 people.
What it says. I've got the video.
And I've got, and Christina, I've got them on my tablet. I don't know how 10 people got in there.
Oh,
are y'all squished?
There's 10 people on the live, and you can hear 2 voices. Me and Poppy. I'm live without being visible.
I took a globe of the world over to Chris. Not it wasn't yesterday. You said the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, day before yesterday, and she got a battery in it today, and you got a pin, and you can touch places all over the globe, and it tells you information about it.
And it's really interesting, but there's one thing that if I would have been making this, I would have thought about, but these people did not think about. They didn't think to put a daggone volume button on the daggone thing. And that sucker is loud.
Well, your brother played with that for 2 years in an 18-wheeler, running all across the country with me. During the summer.
Well, these 2 are upstairs. I isolated myself to a room alone because I got tired of hearing Pacific Ocean, North America, South America,
well,
Atlantic Ocean.
Neil.
UK, that's where Neil
I hope you got enough, Neil, for it to run over. But I'd hate to have to buy that thing today.
$167.
Yeah.
I had a heart attack.
I know it wasn't cheap back when I bought it, but yeah, it's went up.
Well, at least it still works. If it gets these two through school, we'll be good. They wouldn't let me play, so I come downstairs. I got mad because they took the pin from me.
Hey, I used to have to ride in that truck while Michael played with it.
The heck?
Them numbers probably changed, Neil. I don't remember what they were now. One was 22, I think.
Where did you go? I don't know if it was the design for the classroom or not, Peggy. All I know is this thing was huge. The sound on it echoes, and it could be my hearing aids because I just got them clean. Because Lord, Jesus, they're loud.
But Michael got so good at that globe that he could spin it, and I could tell him. I could say the name of a country, a continent, or anything, an ocean, and he would just go, turn it around and stop it and go right there. I mean, I wonder if he could still do that today. Hey, Brian. Hey, Kevin, there's Brian. uh, 100 tonight, huh? Okay. And there's the Eddie Family Farm. Yeah, I'm stopping it. Or is that, no, that's Brandon. That's because they're more interesting than I am, Neil. I figured Brandon would be out still trying to get to the house walking through the chickens. Yeah. When he cut his Wi-Fi off and got too far away there for a little while, it was kind of blurry. And Kevin's still chasing numbers. I didn't get a notification either. I ran across it by accident. I just happened to pick up the phone and look at it. I don't know what I did with my water or my tea. Hey, Neil, keep everybody happy for just a minute. I thought I brought it with me when I came in here. Could be like my yellow banana pudding bowl. It could be. I could have put it in the cabinet. But I couldn't do my live without my Lipton Georgia peach tea. Well, I got my free gifts today from what's that company? Uh, yeah, Brandon's advertised it before. I can't think of it. I ordered a shade cloth, and I got some free gifts. And I got to pick them out. Uh, there's Meg. Yeah, that's it. Timu. Uh, they But I tell you what, when I picked them out, I got one of them. I picked was ties, you know, and zip ties, and that was a free gift, and that was a good deal. I got zip ties that long, I got zip ties that long, and I got zip ties that long. Great big long suckers, all in one big bag. I was like, oh dang! I figured it'd be just a few of them, since it was free. There was a whole bunch of them in there. How is Meg doing today? Or tonight, I should say. I haven't ordered a lot of stuff from them people, but I've ordered a few things. I sent a couple of things back to them. It's hard to schedule time, and I can't. I wouldn't have much luck at it. Uh, I had to. I had to schedule Neil's uh, debut there. Uh, I had to really work at that. I kept telling everybody, I can't be doing nothing. No, I can't go nowhere. In fact, uh, Peter wanted me to know, do you want to ride with me down 2 hours away when she went to look at the car the first time? And you want to go with me? And I said, no, I can't go. I didn't want to go anyway. Where was the shift? I don't know where they came from. But yeah, I hear you, Meg. I guess it's been a long, between arguing with people over making doctor's appointments, uh, well, not arguing, but just telling them the way it was. Uh, and things that happened. It's kind of it made it long, hard. Wasn't too many things that was going on this old earth that was worth smiling about. Let's put it that way. I was aggravated all week. Yeah, yeah. I just uh, most of the time it's dark by the time I get in the house, unless I come in and just give up because I've had a long day already and fall asleep in my chair like I did this evening. But then when I woke up, it was dark. I'd have slept. If I'd have scheduled one, I'd have slept through it. But yeah. Look, I don't. I don't like to go to the doctor. It's the last thing I want to do. Uh, but then she wants me to do all this stuff. She don't like what she hears on this. She don't like what she hears on that. She don't like the way this looks or the way I'm. And she talked me in to getting a CT scan. She talked me into doing well, she wanted me to do a stress test. And she's looked at me and she says, I don't think you'd be able to do it. We'd have to do the nuclear stress test. I said, no, that's what I did the last time. And I'd prefer to try to do it on the treadmill. And she looked right at me and says, do you think you could do it? I said, well, back in 2020, when I quit going to the gym, when they messed everything up and changed the hours, and I quit going, I said I was doing the treadmill back then. She goes, that was 4 years ago. So what? Well, we agreed that I would try the treadmill, and if I couldn't complete it, that I would do the nuclear. And but I would do the CT scan at the same place at the same time in Fort Oglethorpe. And then the eye surgeon is in Fort Oglethorpe, but that would be a totally separate thing. And I said, okay, I'll do those two that she wanted me to do. So a few days later, I get a phone call. No, she tells me, now first doctor says, and you should have that done and should be able to be back in here in 3 weeks. I said, okay. And but we need to get on this. And I'm like, okay. Well, I haven't got none of them done because nothing is doing like she said it would. First of all, they called me about doing a stress test. They didn't say what kind of stress test or anything. They just said the stress test. So I assumed it was trying to do the treadmill. And I asked the lady, I said, well, what about the order for the CT scan? And she said I could do them both at the same time. She goes, I don't have an order for that. That's why she put them both in at the same time. She said, well, we can do them back to back. She says, but why don't we just wait till I get the other order? I said, sounds good to me. Okay, we hung up. She said she'd call me back when she got the other order. And and well, the next thing I got was a text for the CT scan, wanting to know what was the best time for me to do it on the 20th of next month. Well, 3 weeks. My appointment's set up for the 2nd, I think it is, of next month. There's no need having that appointment if I hadn't got that done because that's the purpose for it. And she was in such a hurry for me to have it. She was so worried about it. So I didn't even respond to that one. And that was, I'll be at your doctor's office on the 20th of next month. Okay, well, I won't be. Well, then I get another phone call from another lady about the stress test a few days ago. And she goes, I'm calling to schedule your nuclear stress test. I'm like, I don't want to schedule no nuclear stress test. I said, she said I could try to do it on the treadmill or whatever first. And if I couldn't do that, I would do it the other way. And I said, and somebody's already called me about it. And they're waiting on to get the order for the CT scan. Have you got that yet? No, but I just happened to notice the note down here from her about that. I'm sorry to bother you. Okay, have a nice day. But I don't have nothing for you to do the stress test. All I have is a nuclear one. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that first. So what I got? No appointments. I did. Then I got a phone call from a lady who said she worked for the hospital, who scheduled uh, uh, appointments, professional appointments. In other words, the eye surgeon. I said, okay. She says, I just got your order, and I'm going to turn it in, and if you don't hear from them in the next 2 weeks, call me, because I don't know who it's going to be with. So I don't have none of it going. I won't call and cancel my appointment for the second, because the purpose for that is to go over what she's, what she's concerned about. And, okay, it can't be too important. If they can go through all this upside down, get all mixed up, uh, and schedule it more longer than what she wants it for. Yeah, I told them they were adding to my heart stress. I told the lady, I said, this is getting ridiculous. All these phone calls and through all of this, and I don't have the first appointment made yet. And all y'all doing, and if I do have, if my heart is bothering me, well, y'all just adding stress to that. Get it together, then call me back. Well, mine's all on my. I've got my phone has my medical history thing on it, and I went back in time looking at it, and that page on that screen was about that long, and now it's gotten about it's got about that long. You have to scroll now. They mess with me bad. So, but she's a good doctor. She does what I want to do, and she, in fact, she said, "Well, I would like you to do this, but I know how you are." And but here's one, and she tells me all the benefits of why I should do it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but I'm not going to do it. It don't. It's not worth all the trouble sometimes. Yeah, that's something they did. They she did. She won't let me out there without stealing my blood. I believe there's a basement with coffins in it and vampires down there, and they have to keep them things fed. Well, I can say she don't really. I mean, most of the time it was just this last time she put her she got to listening and all this, and she wasn't happy. She said so. She would just rather be cautious. I said, me too. Keep that thing off me. Well, they put them, they fill up those little vials, two of them, and I figured it was cocktails for the vampires at night. You know, they're talking about, what all they did, who all they bit. Let's sit around and sip on it. Well, I've got to remember when I get ready to leave here on my trip to put my uh, bug spray, my mosquito spray and stuff in the vehicle because I will definitely need it. I'm going. I gotta be careful what I say. I'll tell where I'm going for. Next thing I know, I'm getting ready to take a little trip, and I would have already went on it, but things didn't happen that way. Uh, they didn't go as I planned anyway. So, but I'm still going. It wasn't even in plan. No, now I never said I was going north. I never said I was going east. I never said I was going west. In fact, I never said I was even going south. That's something you had to figure out. And I said, uh, Neil might be one of the first ones to figure it out because of which direction. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, uh, I am going to be meeting with another YouTuber. Uh, I'm only going to spend the day there. That's why I decided I think I'm taking my pickup. And but I was going to leave clues of which direction I was going. But if I know Neil, he'd be researching the places that I put up there. Uh, no, that's called the Fall Garden. I didn't never say where. That would take the fun out of it. Now, when I get there, there's certain places I'll take pictures of and see who knows where I'm at first. That'll tell me who really watches a whole lot of YouTube. Uh, they have nothing to do with farming or anything. And it's totally out of my element of stuff. Uh, it has nothing to do with animals or anything. So It has nothing to do with homesteading. In fact, where I'm going, there's not even a home. Well, good night, Brian. God bless. Get you some sleep. Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, Brazil. Giving on that globe is like giving somebody a noisy toy, for their kid to play with, or for their a doggy toy for their pet, that squeaks all the time. All righty, Brandon. Glad you dropped by. God bless, brother. Take care. Ah, I can't think of nothing else I can say for any kind of clues at this point. But well, Scott keeps asking me, when are you going? Well, this happened, that happened. Uh, you know, and it just things happen. And then today, uh, Daniel had to go back to Atlanta for another chemo treatment. It's been 3 weeks already. And Peaches came in. Scott was going to run the store. Peter went with him this time. And they're not back yet, by the way. And so I ended up going to the fruit stand all day today. Well, I'm trying to think here, Peggy. It's not a real popular channel. It's grown kind of fast, but it is popular based on another channel. That's what got him started. So yeah, I can't say no more than that. Well, I'm sorry, Meg. I'll try to be. Hey, Peg. Hey, Meg. How you doing? Hey, y'all. No, I'm not picking up nothing. I'm just going to visit. I just thought it'd be something to do for me to get out of the house, for me to get away for a couple of days. Uh, God bless, Meg. You have a wonderful day tomorrow, and a good night's sleep. Uh, but no, I'm not picking up anything. Uh, like I said, I just thought it'd be something interesting to do, and I uh, I'll tell you what, the channel likes to make people laugh. They like to make people smile, and it's kind of crazy, but uh, There you go, Neil. In case one of you maybe possibly wandered into one of the other channels, if I said much more, I'd give it away. So. But it is either north, east, west, or south. Yeah, we narrowed it down to 4 different directions, and we narrowed it down to what do you say? 8 billion other channels. We knocked one completely out completely. Uh, not in the town that I'm going, no. There's no deep sea fish. Now, if I end up in Arizona, you'll be going, yeah, you're right. You couldn't go deep sea fishing there. But it'll be a surprise because it'll be a surprise to everybody else around here when I go. It's all yours. I'm out of here without any warning. Just up and go. Well, that's what they do to me. I am going to overnight it. It ain't going to be a round trip back and forth. I will overnight it, but I'll only spend 1 day there, and I'll probably get a motel room somewhere on the way back. That's probably more than I could drive. I don't think so. Yeah, after getting there and spending the day, because I'd have to leave pretty early in the morning in order to have most of the day there. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to drive straight back home. And if I took the camper, I I want to do some running around, and it'd be a whole lot easier running around in my pickup truck naturally than it would be in the camper. But I could do it in the camper. But the fuel would be twice as much, if not a little more than twice as much. I could get a motel room and still come out cheaper than taking the camper. I could go to Dollywood in 1 day and back. So it's at least 300 miles. I think it's over 300 miles. It's over 300 miles, either north, south, east, or west. Well, I'll give you that, Neil. You're correct there. In fact, I pulled it up. You know, I have got to go get my big map out of the shed. I'm planning on doing it. It's going to take me longer to get there than normal because I'm not going to do interstate. Oh, well, I had it up on there, but my son today pulled up directions to someplace and he made it go away. I just forgot the name of the place downtown. uh, I don't know where Mickey Mouse lives. I don't know his address. Uh, I can't think of the name of the town even. I couldn't even tell you if I wanted to. Yeah, it's yeah, it's every bit of 7 hours away. It's over 400 miles. Wow, I might get down there and have to get a motel down there or up there or around there. Oh boy. And that's the shortest distance. The other ones, one of them is almost 8 hours to get there. There's another way of going to stay off the interstate that takes about an hour longer. Uh, the name of the place where I'm going is on the other side of this phone right now. But I was going to say I have to get my big map out because I'm used. I haven't done that much traveling using the phone. Uh, I traveled all over this country with looking at a map, and I need to put a visual on it. Yeah. My son asked me today, "Where are you going?" Can't tell you. Uh, Peter asked me the other day, "Well, where are you going?" Can't tell you. All you gonna know is I'm out of here. Well, when you leaving? When I drive out the driveway. But wait a minute. they know I won't go nowhere as long as there's something for a reason for me not to go. So they might be making things. They might be plotting against me.
Motion detected in the front yard.
Oh, there's motion in the front yard. And it is. They might have just got home. Yeah. Either they got home or Scott's out in the middle of almost 11:30 at night walking around. I think that's it. Yeah, it's just the way I mean, I've always used a map, and I need a good reason to pull my old truck map out. You know what I mean? Big old map I got. It's laminated, and everything. Yeah. It took me a minute to remember. I finally got it and put it in the phone, but yeah, I truly couldn't think of the name of it. There is one person, they don't know where I'm going, but if need be, they can find me. Let's put it that way. Yeah, bees can too. After I got stung, that's something else that held me up. I, I, I had a rough 5 days or so there after getting stung. Uh, After I got stung, I was sitting in there in my chair the night after. I think it was the night after. And it was daytime. And I thought, well, I knew where Peter was. I thought I knew where Scott was. I was pretty sure I did. But the camera went off. Tank hardly ever moves around during the day very much. Excuse me. So I looked to see what it was or if somebody was out there. And there was this wasp up there right in front of the camera, just doing this. And then lands right up on it. And I thought, now they're taunting me. You know? Seriously? They were trying to tell me, I know where you live. I know where you're at. I know you see me. I'm waiting out here for you. And I was pretty jumpy for several days there. Anything touched me outside, I was like, ah. Well, I think tomorrow I'm going to. Well, I think Scott got the worst of them around here. I think there's one out there around Christina's boat. I don't know if I want to tell Scott, here's the spray, go check that boat, or if I'm going to do it. But they are out there. Uh, I don't know. I don't think I would survive another, well, maybe one bee sting, but a half a dozen or more bees stinging me at the same time. Now, I never saw them on my camera before until after they stung me. I think they were messing with me. They knew I was in here and was watching them and could see them on camera, and they were letting me know they were out there. Could be the BBC or the NBC or CBS. CB Sting. CB Sting. CBS. I know that's not how you spell it. ABC. Do you remember when the TV used to go off the air and the peacock would come up there on the screen and they'd play the national anthem? Well, they probably, well, I guess if you got, wait a minute, well, you probably, back then, you probably over there in Neil's part of the woods, you couldn't get these channels. You couldn't get our channels like you can now. Uh, and I can't remember. Yeah. Run, Jane, run. Oh, yeah. I remember that book. Neil remembers when there was only 3 channels. Well, now I want to tell you, there was parts of the country that had more than 2 channels, but where I lived at, we only could get 2 channels. And tell you something else you don't see no more is the movies that. Which channel was that? What or not really? What channel was it? A channel that did the same thing, or what broadcast? I can't remember. Had the big line that would roar right on the screen. It's a good question, Neil. And cost you more money. When it used to be free. MGM, okay. Yeah. Didn't one of the TV stations have it too? Or was that just the movies? Hmm. I can't remember. Well, I know movies. I know it was in movies before the show started. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen that one of them old movies that had that line on it, and I don't know when. What was it? I think it was last night on Grounds Family Farm. I just got to thinking about all the new things from back in the day till now. Yeah, I remember the peacock. He would always spread his wings. Uh, yeah, CBS had that. I don't remember which one. I mean, I remember them having them, but I didn't remember which one it was and had what. So you're doing pretty good, Peggy. But yeah, until I was a little over 10 years old, we only watched two channels because that's all we could get. And then I moved from the mountains uh, to the city, and we got more than two channels. But you still had to get up and go over there and change the channel on the TV back then. Didn't have no such thing as a remote control. You're crazy. But yeah, that's something else. Remote control become came into play since I was a young man. Let's see. There's a lot that's happened. A lot of technology. We're talking about typewriter. I had this typewriter, the old timey typewriters where you watch the letters fly up and hit the page, You would I'd be bouncing back and forth. And one of the keys I always struck wrong. What was it? N, I think it was. N looked like a deformed V, like it wasn't quite sitting the way it should. But it would make a strike, but it wouldn't put no ink on it. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial. Was that a news station? Yeah. That sounds familiar. I don't know what it was on though. Did did y'all ever have the Jackie Gleason and all them Neil over there? Did they show all those shows over there? Yeah, I don't think I ever watched that channel, Peggy. Oh wow, that must have been one of them UK things. Over here, they just had it in the bathrooms. Want to go to the bathroom? Huh? Huh? Drop the money in the slot. And well, wasn't no color TV. Uh, and the TV picture was round. The picture tube was in. It was round. It was a round picture in a square box. Imagine that. And it was huge. And when you took the back of it off, you had tubes all over the place. Oh, as a little boy. Oh, Papa would go to work on that TV. I'd be right up there because that was interesting. There was tubes plugged in everywhere. Looked like a mad scientist at work. Pull this one, put that one there. Oh. The first color TV wasn't really a color TV, but it was a screen thing that you put on your picture over your on the front of your TV. And do you remember that? Talking about bloopers. Well, Peggy, help me here. What's that one they used to come on? That was they prank people's bloopers and things. Not really bloopers. It was more of a practical joke type stuff. I can't remember what. I was on it. I should know. I was for a split second. I was on it. No, it was before that. Uh, uh, no, it was before the. I can't remember. I'll give myself a headache now. I'll start on that. But anyway, it was always kind of like practical joke type stuff. And I was delivering at an office building to a new office complex that was building, and it was in Ohio and in Cincinnati. And it was kind of like the America's Funniest Videos. But that wasn't what it was called. Don't seem like it was. I know. I can't. There was a guy that hosted the show. Uh, but they set up a restroom sign in one of the vacant offices. It was just a room. It wasn't no bathroom. It said they put a restroom sign. And if you ask where the restroom was, they had a guy that stood that was dressed in a uniform like the elevator guy, standing at the elevator. Candid camera. Yeah. And I can't remember that guy's name. But they did that to me. I had parked around back and I couldn't get in because there wasn't no doorway there where that dock was in the alley. Couldn't get down there. And I had to walk all the way around the building. I walked all the way around the building. I walked in and I fell for it. Really, the sign said restroom. But I didn't see the sign. And I asked the guy who was standing at the elevator. I said, they got restrooms working in here yet? He goes, right down there. Oh, thanks. So I go over and it says restroom. That's it. That's it. And I opened the door and walked right on in. Thought I was walking into a bathroom, you know. And I got in. I got in past the little wall, and there's a bunch of people in there, and they're all laying on mats in the floor, and there's a couple of empty ones laying around, you know. I walked in. I was like, "Oh, how you doing, bud? Grab you a mat." And I'm like, "No, hey Emma." I'm like, "No." And when I walked back out, he was standing out there. And when I come back out the door, so I was on there for a split second, you know. They were just doing reactions of people when they walk in, you know. I walked out the door and I was like, what the heck? And I saw him and I knew who he was when I saw him because I'd watched the show all the time. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. How's Emma tonight? But that was in Cincinnati, Ohio, on the same street that the library was on. But they picked a good place. It wasn't. It was busy, people going in and out all the time. Well, good. We just hanging out, talking about whatever comes up. Right now, we're back in the past, a blast in the past. You Googled it, Peggy. I saw that a while ago. What would we do without Google today? Remember, you had to make the trip to the library and you had to hunt for the book you were looking for? I still like to go to the library, but ours don't have it. Look at old newspapers. Everybody wants to do the slide thing now. I want the newspaper. uh, Jimmy Durante. uh, and I talked about Mama once would watch. I don't forgot now. The Bubble Show. Remember Jimmy Durante? Red Skelton. Remember Red Skelton? Jackie Gleason. Yeah. Lawrence Welk. Yeah. That's what I was trying to think of. That was Mama's show right there now. If she didn't watch, I don't remember her being interested in anything on TV except for Lawrence Welk. I spent a lot of time in libraries. Uh, I can't. Yeah. Uh, one place I enjoy going and I could spend all day, or used to, was we had a law library here in Lafayette. But they've went modern too. They've went computer systems. They've done away with the books and they've programmed it all into the systems now. And you go, it's still a law library, but you go in and do it on a computer. That isn't as relaxing as pulling the big book down, and finding it. Oh, cool. Must have been a lot of drinking going on under your nose. Was there a lot of drinking going on under your nose, Peggy? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I told somebody. I said on my Facebook, Life in Walker County. I said, some of these pictures I took of some of these places, they'll come and go. And then there's some of them that's the buildings and stuff that's been there, like the old bank down in Lafayette and stuff, Town Square. It don't look nothing like it used to. And, 50, 60, 100 years from now, it won't look the same as it does now. And people run across my videos or run across the pictures, they'll be going, "Oh wow, that's what it looked like back then." Yeah, I was sitting and thinking uh, yesterday or day before, I can't remember. Uh, what would I, if I could live it all over again? What would I do differently? Most likely, do differently than if I didn't know. I'd probably do it the exact same way. Because I don't think I was anywhere I shouldn't have been that I should have been. Uh, there was a reason for me to be, I think, just about everywhere I've ever been. Sometimes I didn't even know it. Yeah. Well, the kids will keep Christina and them occupied with that globe. Because that thing talks to you. You spin it, touch it with the pen, it tells you population. It was, I think, the highest points, all kinds of crazy stuff. I can't remember what I was on there. Uh, but yeah, they'll have fun with that. I hope they take care of it, make it last at least as long as Michael did. Well, it still works, but he spent 2 solid summers playing with that thing in an 18 wheeler, and it didn't. He didn't tear it up. So But he got good at spinning that thing around there. When you ask where something was, uh, he could he didn't have to hunt very long, if at all. He go shoot right there. Oh no, wait a minute. Right, it's right here, right there. It is. Yeah. Well, the thing about Town Square and Lafayette, the buildings have been right where they were at. There's been a few other buildings added, but the square is so old. It goes back in the day of the war. Them buildings, the way it was built, one end of it just fell off one day. Just the building just collapsed. Just the whole. So now it looks different because they put some places to sit there and some kind of game or something. They changed it, but they didn't. They thought they were going to have to tear the whole town square down and start, but they got a company that came in there and it was to put a wall, replace the wall. They went ahead and left off that part of the building, just put another wall on the next one, and it behind it, that building's not there no more. They built a different one, but it connected to that building too, which affected it, and it was part of the court system. Well, that was the law library and stuff was in there. Yeah. See, I don't know. Old Lafayette Road that runs down through here. Actually, before you get out to the highway now, is the old road is there. But Catoosa County owns part of it down on the other end. And they turned Old Lafayette Road in Catoosa County and changed the name to Farming Rock Road. But Farming Rock Road, when you cross the county line, turns back into Old Lafayette Road. Which don't make, why didn't they just leave it alone? It's a historical road, and it was there back during the war. Uh, it just got paved, and that used to be the road, and parts of it is completely gone and missing. But it used to go right down into Chickamauga, and then through the Battlefield Park, and that there was a trail, a wagon trail. It was a wagon trail. It was uh, went all the way to Chattanooga. But now it's Old Lafayette Road, and then it turns into Farming Rock Road. Then it turns into US 27. Yeah, but I like the old things. Yeah. Do you know? I don't know if it's a possibility. Cincinnati has a huge, huge library, and that could have been an opera house at one time. Uh, I remember I went up there to because they had a very, very large law library back. This has been years ago, and I went in there to look at some of the books, and the building was the structure of the building's what I got interested in that, and that could have been an old opera house at one time, turned into a library. Huh. Well, I don't understand why they took Old Lafayette Road. See, when you leave my house and head to the fruit stand, uh, straight that runs into Old Lafayette Road, and when you cross the railroad tracks, you are on Old Lafayette Road. And if you've watched me coming home and you see the road split like that, and I go to the left, that's Old Lafayette Road, keeps going that way, but it turns into Farming Rock Road. Why would they change it 3 times for in 35 years? That's what I just don't understand. Excuse me. Uh, yeah. Well, they built a Catoosa County on that end, old Farming Rock Road, where they changed the name, that section of it. They built a subdivision down there. And I think that has something to do with changing the name of the road too. But I don't see why. Because you build a subdivision, you get to change a historical road name, you know. Well, you know, it was a boring week up at the Capitol. Yeah. I could understand 27 Highway came in. uh, Came into play. But I still now if you go on the road behind the fruit stand, that's Old Lafayette Road, and uh, in front of the post office, a little stretch from the stop sign, from the traffic light, in front of the post box to the curb there. That little, I mean, you could walk it in a minute. That's Rock Spring Road. I don't know who changed that to that. But Old Lafayette Road still runs straight on past the side of the back side of the post office, and dead ends down there because it turned into farmland. But yeah, you can run it all the way to a dead end down there. And now you used to run it to a dead end to 27, but now it changes names to Farming Rock Road. People were going, "Where's Farming Rock Road?" I said, "You know where Old Lafayette Road is? Just drive on it, and you'll be there." I don't think roundabouts are the greatest thing in the world. I'm going to tell you right now. Hmm. Yeah. Now, Catoosa County got into this roundabout thing out in the middle of nowhere, and I mean nowhere, where 41 comes out of Ringo, goes down, and some other road, I can't remember the name of it, comes in to that road. Why do they need a roundabout? Somebody had money to just waste and throw away. You either kept going straight or you made a right. You came to the light if you're coming from the other way, and you made a right or a left. A roundabout didn't make any sense to me at all, but they've put one there, and it's right there at the gas station. And the way they've got it fixed, the entrance to the side of the gas station, you now have to run past a meeting a little bit to get in there to the gas station entrance, coming from the opposite direction. I'm like, this was the dumbest thing I ever seen anybody do. They didn't have nothing to do. The last thing they needed was that there. All they needed was a traffic light. Yeah. Well, I know how to use them. It's just, and if there's enough roads, I'm not going. I'm going to say if you got 5 or 6 roads coming into one spot, or 4 roads even coming in from 2 different directions, that's 8 directions. Maybe so. But a street that you turn right or keep going straight, or if you're coming the other way, a left or a right. Who needs a roundabout? And I've driven the 18 wheelers around on many of them, and had to come around and then fork off. One time the signs, I remember one. The signs just didn't match up, and I'm like, that can't be right. Wait a minute, before I get off this roundabout, let's go around one more time. Just keep going till you make up your mind which one you want to take. Yeah, I always take the right hand side because they always shoot off to the right, no matter which one you're taking. There are some, if you're in the right hand lane, though, you have to turn on the next one or move over to the left to get around it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it would help. The signage is very poor. Let's put it that way. On a lot of them. Now, there's one over there in Chattanooga near the mall that is a breeze to go around because there's 2 lanes that go around, and if you're on the left lane, you got to move to the right lane to take one of the exits for it. So if you're in the left lane, you plan on just going around and around and around. So hey, yeah, that's what it does. You have to merge into the right lane, and the only reason I could think that's there like that is in case somebody breaks down in the right lane. Or yeah, in the right lane, you can get around them. It's the only reason I could think of have it there. But sure enough, there's nowhere to exit. Now they had one. Well, it's still there. Down. Can't remember the roads. Those in Tennessee too. And somebody one night came through there and drove straight through it, straight across. straight through. They were going straight anyway, so why go around? They had to damage their car because the stuff that was put in the center there was all out there. They just tore everything up. Yeah, that one over there, you hardly ever see anybody in the left lane, but you see people jumping around it. Like if somebody's behind somebody and they turn their turn signal on, you see they're going to take the next next exit off the turnabout. I've seen people do this and jump out and go around them and keep going. Yeah, kind of silly. Yeah, that's true, Neil. But that one over there, I don't. I mean, there's quite a bit of traffic, but there's nothing that a red light couldn't manage and very easily handle. It's not a busy highway. It's 41, which is just a state route. It's not an interstate or a major highway or anything like that. Uh, and it's not that busy to put around. There wasn't no need at all for one over there. Yeah. The one over near the mall, that's not at the mall in Chattanooga. Now that one has a lot of. I mean, as soon as if you're coming down the road that I come off, Graysville, I think it is. As soon as you get onto the turnabout, you can immediately go back to your right again and just keep going, or you can stay on it and take three other turns on it, or either come back to the original road you were on and go back the other direction. And that seemed to be pretty busy every time I've been on it. Of course, I don't travel out that way that often anymore. Well, I've seen some videos of some streets in some other countries that uh, literally you don't know how they do it, and they're crisscrossing each other like mad. Shoot, 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 and never slow down. But I give credit to driving on the wrong side of the road, but to them it's the right side, but it's actually the wrong side. It's the left side. You people. Well, you get an 18 wheeler with a 53-foot trailer. Uh, Overall, you're about 65 feet long, and it's a tight little roundabout, and your trailer isn't going to track uh, in the lane, going around and stay in one lane. It's not wide enough. You have to take up the whole thing. I don't know. I didn't see it. I mean, I don't know if you deleted it, if I'm seeing what you think you deleted. About the 5 streets connected was the last thing you said before that. What a waste of gas was the last one before that one. Maybe you never hit the button. I've did that many a times. I type something on somebody's live, or something, and I'm going, well, I'm surprised I didn't get a response about that comment I just made. And then I realized, oh, the comment's still down there. I hadn't hit the button yet. So I just delete it because it's part of a conversation that done went by 10 minutes ago. And they're on something else already now. Did you lose it? Needless to say, I made some people honk. Yeah, it's got me going looking now. Did you just look? Oh, yeah. That's the kind I was talking about. Looked like fun. Looks like a wild place to be. Get dizzy just looking at the picture. It just spins around and around and around on it. I think I'd. Hey, they should put a toll on it. Everybody, that would put a hesitation in the whole thing, just enough to you have to stop and drop your coin. But it's fine for people who drive them every day and get to know the diagram, what lane to be in and everything. And it gets to a point it don't bother you no more. You know what to do. It's entertaining, Peggy. It's entertaining. It's like that's like a mud track, around here. Well, sliding. Stand too close to a mud track and a curve, you could get muddy. Come home with mud on you from the race, you know you're a redneck. Well, I need to. It's 12:30. I've been on here quite a while now. I know over an hour and a half, anyway. I started a video, but I never did get around to doing what else I wanted to do because I come home, fell asleep, woke up, and went live. There you go. Hope y'all have a wonderful night. And Neil, you have a wonderful morning, day. That's what I'm saying. I had that covered already. It's 5:30 in the morning. You can get you a nap in, see. And Has anybody seen Melinda? I guess I'll ask that before I leave. I think she made a comment on something of mine the other day, and I told her we missed her. I think that was who it was. Pretty sure it was. Yeah. You don't. I know she goes. Does a few other channels. I know she does. What is that called on Saturday mornings? I'm never up for it. It's two old people on the couch. That's what I. And but no, I don't know. I don't think I saw. I went in there and she could have come in after I fell back asleep, but I turned it on and just let it play. But uh, I don't remember seeing her in there. She wasn't in there. She make us worry about her now. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful whatever coming your way, night, day, whatever. Remember to keep on smiling because we got something worth smiling about. God bless. I'll see y'all later. Jesus loves you. And it ain't ended yet. Is it gonna let me?